Alright, busy gamers, welcome to Enhance Ephemeral Gaming, where I try to bring you the best games for you to fit into your busy schedule. Now, I'm Adam, and today we're going to be taking a look at Death's Door. If you're already familiar with my First Look series, feel free to go ahead and skip straight onto the gameplay or the discussion section. If you're also looking for the full review with the scores on that, I'll be putting that link in the show notes below as soon as it's posted. Usually it takes me about a week after the first look is done, but sometimes it takes a bit shorter or longer depending on the game. Now, those first few minutes of a game are so crucial. I've said it before, but they set the tone. They determine if the game's really going to grab you. I don't personally think games that require you to put in a bunch of time just to get going or to have setup really fit what my goals are for this channel. Doesn't mean they can't be great, but it does mean that they're hard to fit into a busy schedule, as I want you to get the most out of every minute of your gaming time. So for this First Look series, I'm going to be bringing you along with me as I first step foot into a game. I'm going to be putting that timer up into the top right hand corner of the screen. I'm going to be playing for 30 minutes, and as I play, I'll be giving you my live thoughts and reactions before I take a short break and give you a summary at the end where I discuss what I thought was good, what I thought was bad, and how excited I am, or not honestly, because sometimes that's the case, about playing through the rest of the game to kind of build out the review. All right, now that we've got switched over, for today's first look, we're going to be looking at Death's Door. This is an indie action and adventure game reminiscent of the old school Zelda-style games, which I absolutely loved, and I'm guessing anyone around my age absolutely loved. Now, in this game, you're going to be playing a tired and overworked crow, which, and can I sympathize, that is responsible for the reaping of souls. That's where our lives differ a little, to be fair, but still. Now, there's a twist in this, as you are sent on a mission. Basically, you're assigned a soul to go and reap. However, this soul is stolen from you before you can collect it. And now you have to track down the thief and solve the mystery surrounding why it was stolen in the first place. There are puzzles in this game, there is adventure in this game, and there's action in this game, primarily done through some fairly simple combat with a sword or a bow and a top-down type adventure. There's a great art style, and even though it's a bit older, it seems to have flown a bit under the radar. After an interesting showing with Devolver Digital's more recent release in Inscription, I really wanted to give it a shot. So without further ado, let's go collect that soul. My mic a little bit situated so I can kind of see a bit better. We are modern times here, which I don't know what I expected, but think of reaping and stuff like that. It's gonna be more of an old school. Sharon the bus driver. Like my look. WASD on the move. My mouse is out here. Can strike with it. Left click is sword strikes. Right click is a bow that I can charge from fire, which I like. And it appears that I fire bullets up in the top left hand here that then go away for a while. I really am digging the aesthetic initially. It's early, but everything's kind of wash with no color, except for a couple of these little like neon pinpricks and stuff, which I think is nice. Just a general interaction. Ball plart. Wow, I couldn't even read that. Head of security. Got some mall cop going here, or a fan of mall cop. Clearly I'm setting off the alarm, probably because of the sword. It's kind of a trashy afterlife. Hopefully this is not what's waiting for me one of these days. All of doors. You guys just smoking? Bad for you. I don't know. He's a badger. I want to be late. Okay. You know, I think I kind of assumed we would all be crows. Though I guess if I were just picking a Reaper-style animal, it probably would have been a raven. Chandler the Handler. We are pithy with the names, it seems. Well, look who showed up for no worms for you. Why not? Only the early bird. Wow. It's we're feeling it's straight up dad jokes, so I should love it. My lucky day, I have a soul. Okay, I get commissions for collecting souls. That's good. And he drops in a door. Okay, I like that mechanic. I like thematically. Afford time off. Okay, yeah, would like some vacation here. The door will remain open until you return with your designated soul. Okay. Guess that's good. Oh. Okay, so I am not mortal. I am immortal at the moment. While my door is open, I am mortal all age, so I need to get it done quickly. That is interesting. Reaping souls to power the doors just so we can reap more souls, and the cycle repeats forever. Rares. Okay, so we create doors with soul paperwork. Or, not soul paperwork, I was reading as I'm talking. If I die, it will be a lot of paperwork. Okay. We create soul or doors with the power from souls. Some shiny things off in the distance over here I'd like to go get. But we honestly probably shouldn't just wander too long right now. We'll go ahead and get into this. I assume this is the soul that is going to be stolen from me, as I haven't gotten into the story at all yet. Okay, we're immediately into color as soon as we get out into what I'm guessing the game is going to consider the real world. Up space to roll. Okay. I'm assuming that is a dodge mechanic. That did not do anything. I assumed I could attack that thing. Creeping me out. Go away. Okay. Basic mechanics. Smash things, open doors. Assuming I can shoot this with an arrow. Ah, I don't have any arrows to fire. I will. Yep, there we go. Once I attack things, it refills my arrows, so that's good. I have a bad aim, clearly. Okay, got it that time. Okay. Situate myself, keep going. Okay, there's another door. It's just where I came in at, I believe. So it's giving me a faster way back, I assume if I die, I just kind of restart from the door. Demonic Forest Spirit. This thing's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, I cannot touch those at all. Even... it's not that bad. And I can still shoot it. Probably should have been doing that the whole time. And now it's up, so I can't shoot it. I wonder if I can attack its leg. I can. Wow, that was terrible on my part. I deserved the hit there. Yep, I'm dead. Okay, so some of that was just poor playing on my part. I'm a little bit struggling with the mouse here. I will admit that I am typically a controller style player. I know that's blasphemy to many. I could rig this up to play on a controller, and I might for the rest of the review, just depending on how I feel here. Interesting. I have already taken 2 damage again, so this is not looking great for me. It's really not looking great. I'm definitely going to die again. 2 deaths in at 7 minutes. Might have to break out the controller after all. I would probably one-shot it with a controller, so... It's not meant to be an excuse. It did turn out that way, but it's not necessarily meant to be. Alright, let's do a little bit better here. I don't really know how it got me there. Should have been facing away from me. It still struck me. Honestly, I'm probably just getting a little greedy. Overdoing it a bit. Yep, just a little greedy. Had to concentrate very slightly for that one. There's my first big soul. Though, I guess we should say that, hey, if I could just screw around and beat this, probably wouldn't be difficult enough. That was a giant crow, I believe. Oh, I think he just smacked me. That's the guy that steals my soul, apparently. These flowers are helping or overly excited that I'm dead. Unconscious. Go away. You guys did not console me appropriately. Okay. Lost cemetery in the forbidden region. We just moved straight on to another level. Seems good. The boss fight was pretty cool. Nice repetition and pattern. That is a really cool looking crow. I do believe that's the guy who stole from me, so I probably should be chasing him down. First rule of all games, break everything you see. For the sake of doing so, not because it is necessary, or needed in any way, shape, or form. Who knows, there might be secrets in them. Ah. I collected a life seed. Okay, I suppose that's good. I can restore my health with it, but it doesn't actually seem that important. So far, dying has just put me back, I don't know, a few feet. So I guess it just kind of depends on where we end up there. Some flying type enemies up there. It's interesting looking. The wind does not seem to be affecting me. Pretty. It's interesting. It adds theme to the world, but it doesn't really seem to be a negative one way or the other. 2 shots and dead on that thing. Okay, so you activate other doors. I assume this would go back to the starter area where I got my job. I don't feel the need to really go there now. So we're gonna keep kind of going. Massive soul energy can be spent in the Hall of Doors for Reaper upgrades. Okay, so even though I don't have my main soul, I can spend souls and I can collect souls. So that number is actually probably going up every time I kill something. It is. You can see it in the bottom right hand corner there. Soul energy did go up as I killed that guy. Let's see. Nothing over here. Can run around over there, so sometimes I think I get the idea that there's always going to be something hidden in a game like this. Doesn't get true. But I just kind of have that habit. I am overly a completionist in some games like this. I can kind of get bogged down into the should I be running around, should I be checking that out. There's 3 locks on that, and it looks like each of them are tied to one bad guy. Some locks are kill specific, which is nice. Okay. So those are the pots that I could use to plant the seeds, it looks like. So that would give me additional health. Don't really know how to get into that at the moment. See any triggers or enemies in particular that I think are attached to it. These guys are chasing me. But I was able to pitch them off real quick. Basic timing on those seems alright. Okay, that created a ladder, and we've got a key now. I still can't open this door to the left, which I'm curious about. We're just going to assume it is guiding me in the right direction. Come around here. We have another big old mass of souls. 320 soul mass already. And it's not that I know if that's good, bad, or the other. It's a bit of the summit. We probably do need up, but it looks like we're still missing some things. So a locked gate over here. I have not... I came down from there, right? It didn't. Honestly, not sure. We're gonna go back up here temporarily and see. I think the answer is yes, but yeah, the answer is definitely yes. Alright, what did I miss here? Clearly missed something. I don't see any enemies or enemy types around. Maybe? Okay, yep, it's just as simple as I can unlock that. I got used to the gates where you needed to kill to unlock, and so I think I just had that in my mind. Oh. It's like a door challenge or something? Okay, thing rears back and strikes. Probably just learn their attack patterns. And then you're good to go. Just keep coming. At least you can make them knock into each other or something else. So they kind of went down fast-ish. Ugh, didn't dodge that guy enough. Ooh, I'm actually a little low here. Here's where those pot things would be useful. I'm gonna guess this fight is about over though. Yep, there we go. So there was a pot in there. I could have healed at it. Maybe I should, in all honesty. Again, it hasn't been that punitive to die yet, so I think we'll just keep going. Keep assuming we're okay. Some coffins and stuff laid out above me. We've got a circle over here. Doesn't do anything at the moment, so over to the coffins we go. Coffins are always a good sign in the game. But I'm a Reaper, so it's not like I can be anti-death. Yeah, he's a tombstone on his head. Steadhone, the Gravedigger. That seems like another reference that I'm not aware of, though. Time in this world is over. Okay. You dying, or are you just morose? Just seems morose to me. Maybe he's burying himself. That's, dark-ish. It's definitely got a grave there open. Like it not to be for me. So there's shiny up there. It looks kind of like food, so it might not be that important. And we will keep going. This direction we haven't gone in, but we have seen this plate before. We haven't dropped that ladder. Let's see. Plant the seed, just give ourselves some health really quickly. Let's see. Would there be something else down here? Seems like there wouldn't, in all honesty. I'm not seeing anything up here. Maybe I'm just not that observant. I mean, I did have that issue with the key earlier. Kind of enjoying the Power Ranger sword styling going on here. Snappy. He does not seem like he would let me by. Interesting. Maybe try hitting me with a harder attack. Oh, you can charge your sword strike with the middle. That's a new one. Or run up. Okay. He's immortal. Okay. Okay, so he is going to move away. That is what I needed to do to progress. But it does seem like there's going to be an unlock or something in the game for getting strong enough to kill him. I definitely think that's interesting. Guardian of the door, preserver to order, and a home to stray souls. Okay. So probably somebody like me who died. I assume that's rare-ish, though you can clearly die while on missions. Little cave here. I want to call that pseudo-hidden, but it seems somewhat obvious. But it does look like it was pseudo a secret, because we did get quite a few souls for that. Nothing too special, but just souls. It's the every nook and cranny policy here. Dodge roll. Dodge roll. Okay. Music is just very chill. Nothing special one way or the other, but very chill. What we found in here. Simple structure has a twin. A hidden secret lies within. Okay. So look for another thing like that. Okay. Not 100% sure what that thing is at the moment. Wonder. Let's see. Okay, so I don't necessarily see anything beside that. Let's wait to the stranded sailor. So that's not really something I need to be doing right now. I think I'm just looking for the summit. So let's say that's probably not where we're meant to go. Let's proceed on down here. Read another sign. Wait to the summit. Okay. Seemed like that guy ran off to the summit, and we do remember him going across here as we started. I think we're on the right path. Feeling good about it. The leather? Lever? We drop in both of these, yeah. All across the top, all across the bottom there. Okay, so this bottom is where we were earlier. So this is just another shortcut that we've unlocked, basically. This is where we found a life seed, I believe. Okay, well that's pseudo a secret, I think. Walking back there shifted the camera angle, which you cannot do manually. Right at the shrine. That's a cool looking shrine, actually. Like an owl. Big owl deity. I don't know why a crow would pray to an owl, but it kind of does look that way. Okay, so yep, I'm going to draw the parallel to Zelda, in that it's how you up your overall life over the long term. Praying at shrines. Good mechanic. If it's not broken, don't fix it. And we'll shift our camera angle back over. I assume that I could get on this and use it as an elevator back up. I can. And then if it's already up, you can hit it to bring it down. Okay. Let's do a charged attack on this, see if it breaks. No. Okay, so none of the... I was assuming the things that the Gravedigger taught us might work here. None of it actually seems to hit that, so we'll continue on. Oop, we'll find us some bad guys to kill. Get some extra souls. Wow, bad shot. Bad shot, bad swipe. I'll pretend that occasionally I do actually hit these bad guys. Aha! Success. Enemy type isn't that varied yet. That's early. Again, that guy's barely stolen my first soul, so we're just kind of seeing those rolling guys, the flyers. Nothing too special here. These guys have enemies, so we'll go here first. Imagine don't wait too long, they can't hit you. And then one of those little fire things, but that one looks lit. And then this looks like it would be a fight. It's kind of an open area. There we go, we got more doors. Interesting. We actually only intended to strike him once. No, I killed him. Okay, so it's just different mob type. I thought we were mini bossing here. I think this is like another challenge or something. Those doors are. Those are easy to strike initially. Not saying they're easy to keep down, but the door. They are the first and only real ranged guys we've fought so far. Answer being that I really should be hitting them some. They go down faster that way. There we go. Dropped one, we just get this guy to come back a little closer. Missed. Oh, I'll let that guy strike me. Oh, he broke the other guy thing. Not that it matters. The other guy did, it was kind of an obstacle though. Oh, what awful timing. They kind of all got in a different striking schedule there. It's throwing me for a loop. Boy, it seems like once you get off even a little bit, it can really snowball on you. Alright, we made it through. Even though it's not really a mini boss, it had that feel. Still know what these braziers are for. Kind of off on their own. They have a distinct feel to them, but they're not doing anything. And I can make fire arrows. That's good. Definitely want that. Lever. Okay, so this is another shortcut again. I believe this is an area we were at previously. Yep, we still got dead enemies and stuff over here. I don't remember if we walked under here, but it doesn't look like there is anything secret. It's always good to check. Or I feel like it's always decent to check. This way to the summit. Okay, so yep, this is the sign we were at earlier. Kind of made a full circle. I will say that's something that I feel like is a strong positive. I'll even say that during this. I haven't died a lot, but it does seem like I would have the opportunity to die without a lot of issues. This is going to be a boss, it looks like. So we had the plant boss, now we've got a little castle boss. Guardian of the Door is honestly pretty cool looking. I don't have any arrows, so we are going to have to get close to it. Okay, that pushes you away a little. I have to assume I'm not going to make it through this one. We only had 1 health coming in. I don't see a little flower pot I can heal at. Maybe. It's clearly bad. I missed. I like that you can kind of sort of see what their damage level is at based on how much they're like cracking and glowing. I think that's a nice touch. Gives you an idea of progress. And in some ways, like, it's going to add to the disappointment I have when I lose to this guy. Because I feel like I've really like cracked him down, right? Like he's made a lot of, yeah, I was going to say he's made a lot of progress, and then you made that one mistake. Now I was at low health. It feels like if I had been at anything but low health, I probably would have taken that guy out here. And I'm right that I entered through my last door. Now, while I said that it was a nice mechanic because it was very easy to get back places, it does look that I'm going to need to remember how to get back those places. Now, we're at 29 minutes and a half, and so I may actually not have a lot of time to go back and refight that boss. Making it through to the second boss already, I feel pretty good about that for the first 30 minutes. So let's actually come back to the Soul Society here. Darwin the Vault Keeper, Little Crow. Do I sense a glut of soul energy? Yeah, primarily because I wanted to see what this mechanic was, what the soul purchasing was. I assume this is, I don't want to call it a roguelike element, because it's not really, you're not starting over, but just your upgrade, your power-up mechanic. So am I getting new weapons, or am I just making these stronger? Welcome to the Soul Vaults. Would you like to increase your combat abilities? I would. Okay, so some main attributes here. We have strength, we have dexterity, strength, the ability to wield melee weapons, just damage done by melee, as well as their reach. Okay, the reach is almost spicier than the damage. Reaper's ability to attack with speed and precision, charge melee and ranged faster. I will admit that I didn't really charge the melee much. Charging the ranged was useful. Chaining attacks together faster is useful. Haste, move speed, faster dodges, and cooldown on that. That's also useful. And then magic, increased damage done with spells and ranged abilities. I actually do really like ranged damage here. Honestly, that being said, like, you just do primarily melee attacks, it seems. So I think, in all honesty, I would probably choose to give something here and buy this upgrade. And then the next one's 600. So 400 for all the base, 600 for the second. We weren't able to get a lot out of that. Okay, so we've kind of wrapped up. It does seem like there's a lot we can explore here. I'm sure there's a lot that we can do as far as talking and finding story elements out in this portion of the world, the desk paper jockey portion. But for now, we've hit our 30 minutes for our first look. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a pause, give it a thought, and then we're going to talk about what was good and what was bad. All right, so first of all, what was good about this game? Now, in my first 30 minutes, the things that I feel like stood out as good. I really like the aesthetics. I like the fact that it is primarily a monochromatic world, especially when you're in the Death's domain, but then you kind of have this glowing sword. There's a fair amount of character here. It almost feels dystopian in many ways, without actually being truly dystopian. This afterlife definitely seems like it's fallen upon hard times, and I assume that means there's going to be some overarching story and everything here. I love the idea of the floating doors that can send them anywhere to reap souls. I like the idea of this like background magical organization that takes care of that. Now, the overall purpose and why they do that hasn't really been explained. It's not like they're really helping people cross over or anything of that nature. So I'm going to guess there's a lot of depth to that portion of the story, especially based on kind of how Inscription played out. I would assume that's a little bit of a flavor for the developers. What else? I thought the combat was pretty snappy, actually. It's simple, but it is snappy and effective. While I found the basic enemies to be a bit generic and probably a bit too easy, I kind of just threw my head against a few of them. That being said, it's early levels. That's not that big of a deal, and it's not like I didn't take any damage. As I got a hang of the controls, I felt like I did fairly well. I think I even almost one-shot the second boss there. It's a little bit hard to know, but they seem to show that visceral damage on that. I really, really liked the boss mechanics, though. So even though I would say in the bad is going to be that a lot of the base enemies are fairly simple, the boss mechanics seemed fun. They're a little bit of a they're a little bit of a unique puzzle. Each individual boss, it's going to be a unique puzzle, a unique step through. You kind of have to learn their patterns before you can defeat them. And I think that's a nice mechanic for this type of game. So that's probably what I'm going to say on the positives here. The negatives, really my main negative on this so far was, one, I have very little idea on the story so far. I feel like I probably should have a bit more of an idea 30 minutes in, and I don't feel like I was really skipping anything or avoiding any story elements, right? It also seems like there might be some farming to the game. We didn't really get into that, but just because for the first 30 minutes I was able to buy one power-up and one of the cheapest power-ups. It looks like there's 5 or 6 for each attribute, and I know there are additional weapons and things like that to unlock in the game. So maybe that is just building in a lot of longevity, but based on the fact that most enemies I kill give me 2 or 3 souls, it does seem like there could end up with some grinding long term, and that could end up being a pain. What else as far as the bad goes? Honestly, I don't really think I had any other negatives so far outside of, again, a bit of generic enemy types on the basic enemies, a little bit of a lack in the story early on, but everything seems compelling. So am I excited to continue to try this game? Yeah, absolutely. I would happily sit here and give it a bit more time today even. We're going to go ahead and put this away and work on some other reviews and other things for the channel, but I do think it was a solid opener. It did seem to get me into the action quickly, and it did seem to kind of respect my time in that it never really gated anything or slowed me down in tutorials. It told me what I needed to know without overburdening me and without bringing me through these like really long, boring tutorial type stages. So, very positive, and I will see you in the review.